know what a YouTuber's greatest fear is? It's not fear of being unpopular. It's not fear of watching our view totals go down. It's the fear of recording an entire video without hitting the record button. So, welcome to take two on my G4 take, or at least it's take two for me. For you people, it's all brand new. But it's probably good. It's probably good that I'm able to have a second run at this, because it's a topic that is actually more complicated than it might seem on the surface. And we'll talk about that. Don't forget to subscribe. Click that button. You know you want to. Now, G4TV, I don't know if you remember G4, used to be a television network that was all about video gaming. They weren't ever very popular. It was a cable network. It wasn't like it was, network television or whatever. It was, you had to have cable. It was probably channel 9,000, it was like one of these stupid channels that nobody really watched, and they had a couple shows people liked. One of them was Attack of the Show. Another one was X-Play. X-Play was a big one with Adam Sessler, and I believe Morgan Webb was his host, or was Olivia Munn his host? The point is, this channel was not a big deal. Some people really liked it, but I gotta be honest, I was the target demographic. I was a kid in high school when G4 hit. And I remember thinking, this is no better than what I can get on the internet. I can just watch people who actually play the games. Again, it's a scripted format. It's clear that the hosts, they don't have time to play all the games. I get it, so they would be reading off a script. But again, I think YouTube has kind of replaced this whole talking head situation with YouTubers who you can get intimate with and understand their likes and dislikes. Guys like me. Do you want a video review of a movie or a game? Would you rather get it from a guy like me, who I think you guys probably know some of my takes and my positions? Or do you want to get it from these guys who are kind of reading a script? Anyway, G4 is back. Look right there. G4 is back. It is back. I believe it is, again, on television. Maybe I'm crazy. I think they, again, got one of these channel 8,900 or whatever. But also, I think they're focusing a lot more on this internet aspect. They're trying to become a big YouTube network, whatever else. Now, when I saw this, I thought it was kind of a mess. Again, I think that the future of entertainment is very honest, very open personalities who don't play by the book, who aren't just kind of spineless yes men. And they kind of went out and found people who have no edge, some people like this guy, the completionist. But again, I think he's just a guy. He doesn't really have a personality. I don't know. They're nice guys. If you want nice guy stuff, fine. I like guys who have a little bit of an edge on them. Angry Joe is a guy I like. Who's willing to tell it like it is and get a little rowdy. They had Gus Johnson, which is actually a big get. This guy's super popular, but he had a recent thing where I think his girlfriend, he told her to get an abortion, and she came out against him. So that didn't work out well for them. And they also have this lady, Frosk. Now, Frosk is apparently a former esports shoutcaster, I think she's a League of Legends player herself, and one of these people who talks about esports and, knows how to report on the games and the teams and everything, which is great. Sounds like an actual journalist, sure. But as we're going to discover, I think that... a couple things. There's a couple things here we're going to discover. You know what? Why don't we just watch it? And I'm going to have to admit to you right now, it is very painful for me to watch this clip. Every time I've tried to sit through it, I am cringing into a grave. It is, it's a lot. Okay, so I might skip around, but let me preface this. So they were doing a segment called The Airing of Gaming Grievances. So, normally we say something funny here and give a summary of what it's about, but not this time. Well, that's kind of the problem, is that they kind of sold their audience, their live audience. I believe this was streamed live. They said, we're going to do a fun segment about, things we hate in gaming. Oh, I hate, when you try to do a jump and you miss the ledge. I hate when you run out of ammo for your flamethrower. Okay, funny little things. Frosk took it way too seriously and kind of ruined the segment. So the first minute she goes, originally I was going to talk about something Red Dead Redemption Online. Okay. So I think it's about a minute in she actually gets into... She changed her mind about what she wants to talk about. And let's hear it.
But I actually want to talk about something so much more important than Red Dead Online. Sexism in gaming.
All right, I got to stop you right there. So... I mean, what can I say? I want to be nice on this topic. I understand that women, especially in this gaming sphere, which, let's be real, gaming is a male-dominated sphere for a number of reasons. Men really like games, competition, sport. There's something in our genetics that just makes it what we're into. We're a competitive bunch, and video games allow us to act out that competitive nature. So when women enter that space, sometimes some of these guys are not too friendly. It's not a space that was necessarily built for women, and some people are very mean to them. Some of the things they say in these online lobbies, I get it. But I'm going to say that there's a time to have this discussion. It's a perfectly reasonable discussion. I'm totally open to hearing about, the sexism people are experiencing online and trolls and harassment. Okay. But again, this is not why I come to G4. Like, this is a network supposedly for fun and gaming and whatever. And now I'm being lectured to. I think it's a terrible idea. I think this is a terrible it's ignorant of your audience and what your audience wants. Even if you think it's important, clearly your audience is not here to talk about sexism. And honestly, it just gets worse. Let's keep going.
In joining G4,
this is not where I thought we were going,
I know,
but I'm here.
I had no
here.
idea.
I'm listening. Yeah.
In joining G4, I was ecstatic to be part of something that I grew up watching as a child. But every time G4 is brought up in various channels, even in this YouTube channel, we have the chat in front of us. I can see you. Without a doubt, there will be backlash because I'm not as bangable as the previous hosts. It's somehow...
Talk to him, Frost!
Okay. First of all, like I said, I'm cringing so hard because there's like 4 people in that room and they have to provide all the, you go girl, you get them. Yeah. And it's just so forced. It's so bad. All right. So one point I want to bring up is, you're a presenter on the internet and, I want to be sympathetic. I want to say, you know what? It's terrible that they say things about you and how hot you are and whatever else. But let's not pretend that this is a unique experience. Not even a unique experience for women. Because I guarantee if you check most of my videos, there's going to be at least 1 or 2 guys who go, you fat sack of shit. Why don't you lose a couple pounds? Your mother never loved you. How could you love a face like that? Okay? And you know what I do? Is I ignore the trolls. And I know that, I don't know, some people seem to think, well, that's discounting this ongoing sexism and whatever. You're never gonna be able to do anything about it. Okay? We have to accept that on the internet there's a veil of anonymity. People create these fake screen names and they think it gives them power to be jerks. And you have to kind of divorce yourself from it. What I do is when someone calls me a fat piece of shit, I go, you know what? If I met that guy in real life, he wouldn't say that to me. This interaction we're having right now is full of artifice. He's treating me not as a person. He sees me as an actor, as a character that he can beat up on. I'm like Mickey Mouse. If you talk shit about Mickey Mouse, you're not hurting a real person. But I guarantee if you met these people in real life, I think most of them would be very polite. But again, there's this weird level of artifice that people are interacting with. And they're not seeing you as a real person. Now, you're going to argue that, well, this is my standing up and saying, I am a real person. It's not going to work. It's never worked, and this is not the time or the place. Let's keep going.
Has somehow been expected that you can talk about how much you jerked off to women as a compliment. It's not a compliment.
It's weird.
It's dehumanizing and it's weird. Women do not exist to be nice on the eyes for you. Morgan Webb, Olivia Munn did not exist to be nice on the eyes for you.
Hey, she cooking, y'all.
So hard
and
to
that's
watch.
just obvious sexism. You don't need to explicitly objectify women or declare that you hate women to be sexist. Just go ahead and check out Thorne's latest meltdown on Twitter for some spark notes. Now, here at XPlay, our reviews are written and produced by a team of people.
I do have to make one point about this woman, is that she's complaining that people are saying she's not attractive, she's not bangable, or whatever else. Frosk, let's be real. You have chosen deliberately to dress in a very non-conventional manner. Okay, you have tattoos, you have nose rings, you're wearing boys' clothing. If you do that, I hate to say it, you kind of have to accept the, hey, you are ugly in my eyes, taunting and trolling. Again, these people are being rude for the sake of being rude, but well, maybe just take it as, well, yeah, because I am standing against these gender norms and whatever else, and any criticism that comes my way just proves that I am defying those norms. But to go, how dare you? How could you possibly say I'm not beautiful or whatever? I don't know. It's a little complicated. It's just it's very weird that you're worried about who's perceiving you and your sexuality or whatever else. Again, I would just let it go. And get rid of the nose ring. I never like a girl with a nose ring. All right, now I'm being sexist. Don't tell the ladies how to dress. Okay.
There are too many games for one person to show.
All right, let me go back a little.
Or declare that you hate women to be sexist. Just go ahead and check out Thorne's latest meltdown on Twitter for some spark notes. Now, here at XPlay, our reviews are written and produced by a team of people. There are too many games for one person to shoulder the burden. So we divide and conquer. And when we use language like we or I, that's the reviewer. That's coming from the mouth and experience of the reviewer reading that review. And that's not to say that Gerard, TBH, Adam, or myself don't.
This guy, so this is that completionist guy. I have the feeling that the guys on the panel, I could be wrong, but I have the feeling that they're like, what is this bitch doing? And they're right now in their minds, they're like running some math and they're like, well, I can't tell her to shut the fuck up because then that'll get clipped and I look like a misogynist. So they're like, calculating, I'm just gonna clap and go, yeah, you go, girl. But I think in the back of their mind, at least someone in this room knows, listen, lady, we're trying to have a fun television gaming network aimed at young men ages 13 to 35. None of them want to hear this. Somebody in the room right now is having the same cringe reaction that I'm having. I think it might be that black guy sitting next to her. He seems to be like, what the hell is this bitch talking about? All right, let's see.
Contribute to the reviews. We absolutely do. But it'll always be in varying degrees and take a whole team behind us. That's why we're XPlay and not Adam Play. We have done the experiment and controlled for the...
Where is Adam Sessler? So this is Adam Sessler, the old host from the show, who we can do a whole nother video on him, and we might. This man is literally insane. Should not be the face of a network. He is literally the face of the network. He's like the top guy. I don't know if he's running it or president or CEO or just, but he's in all the videos. You go and you look at his past tweets. All his tweets are like, I hope all the Republicans die and drink piss and they're all national bastards or whatever. They're all evil Germans from a certain time period. You can't say the word. This man is insane. But where is he? Did they just have a separate booth for him to isolate? Is he like producing the show or is he at his house? They're just randomly cutting to a guy in a different room who's clapping. This is hilarious.
Experiment and controlled for the variables. Adam will read a script written by the same writer that I will read the other half of the script for, but I'll be the one flamed. And yeah, it also happens to Gerard and TBH, but that doesn't discount the sexism of how it happens to me when it does. Both things can be true, that there is a general hatred of any change that isn't Adam, and that I'll receive special flame just for being a woman.
Okay. There's a lot there. There's a lot that she just brought up. First of all, so we talked about this idea that these people are not writing their reviews. They have a team who plays all the games for them, and they just read a script. I accept this as the nature of the beast for television production, okay? I assume that whoever's hosting Jeopardy doesn't actually know all the answers to the Jeopardy questions. It's provided to them ahead of time. But you don't talk about it as a badge of courage, okay? You're not supposed to... This is something that should be kept secret from the audience. Again, you're exposing the entire reason nobody is watching this stuff is we no longer need to watch a bunch of talking heads read someone else's review. Any video game, I can go find a review directly from a guy who has played it. Probably a popular guy. Again, I can go to like an Angry Joe, and he's spent hours with Battlefield, and he can tell me his direct thoughts without having another reviewer write a script for him. So, first of all, if I'm any of these guys sitting here, I'm going, will you shut up and not tell them there's a script? Okay, don't tell them that we don't actually play the video games we talk about. Why are you doing this? That's one reaction. I don't know why. Why? Just don't talk about that. The second thing is that she's saying it's not fair because we'll do, even though we're reading the same script, everybody likes Adam's part of it, and then everybody makes fun of me and the rest of us for doing it. Okay, so there's two things there. One, she says that they dunk on the other male hosts. She says anyone who's not Adam gets flamed. Okay, well then it's not an issue of sexism. You just admitted it. It's a matter of everybody likes this Adam guy for no reason, even though he's crazy. Everybody wants him and his takes. And then when they have the second co-host cover the other half of the review, everybody flames them. So I have no idea why you included this in your rant against sexism. It's very bizarre. Second of all, I have to make the point that you can't say we're reading the same script, so why isn't everyone treating me the same? Okay, if I write a script and I hand it to an accomplished, let's say, voice actor, performer, whatever else, they're going to do a much better job than if I hand it to some rando who has no idea what they're doing and is going to read it like, Final Fantasy is the latest installment in Final Fantasy. It is a game with a guy and like, different performers can take a script and do a much better job. So this argument that I'm reading the same script as him, you should love me just as much as him. Here's where I'm not getting mean. I think this is just a fact. I don't think you are cut out for this. I don't find you an engaging and exciting presenter. I find you kind of shrill and annoying. I think your diction is actually bad. I feel like some of your words slur together and are, you have just your inflections are odd when things go up. And you have, and the thing about this is everybody likes Adam, but they don't like me. Okay, like, I don't think you're good at this. I think any hate you're getting is, I mean, I have not watched your other work. Maybe you're much better. But just watching this, I find you extremely off-putting. And it's not just the subject matter. I'm just like, I don't want to hear this lady talk about video games. She kind of seems like a dick. She's not fun. None of this is fun or funny. This sucks. And again, your diction and the way you talk is just not entertaining. All of what we do, this performance, especially reviews and stuff, it's very much, this is more radio than anything else. That's what I tell wannabe YouTubers. They go, how do I be a YouTuber? And I go, your video quality barely matters. Your audio quality is number one. And you need to develop a way of talking. You need a radio voice. That's part of why I've been so popular, is people tell me, well, you have a great voice for radio. It's fun to listen to me talk. I like listening to myself talk. That's why I do it so often. And I have to say, I don't think you have a radio voice. You're like the annoying girl at the GameStop who I stop in and do you want to pre-order something? No, I'm good. Please stop talking to me. Have you played the new Zelda? Just let me shop in peace, please, crazy lady. So, I think you've decided it's sexism. I'm going to make the argument that I just don't think you're that good at this. At least based on this little tirade, I find you insufferable. You seem like a nice lady, but insufferable. I'm trying to be nice, but seriously, this is insane.
I wish I could turn the camera around so that you could see the incredible team that make X-Play. Half of our producers and writers are women. Emily, Abby, Megan, Joe, Jake, Zipper, Gabby. It goes on and on and on. Former writers that are now...
This is like a kid. This is like a high school stage kid. High school theater kid is the level of performance I'm getting. None of this seems honest. She's clearly reading off a script. But even when you read off a script, you should find a way to say it naturally. I can tell she's reading off a script. And it's just terrible. And she set up these little, like, I'm going to, name everybody. All of this is ungenuine, forced. I just think she's not good at her job.
On ATOS like Vanessa, when you're in our DMs or on those YouTube comments or in Twitch chat right now, those reactionary threads thinking that I'm somehow ruining your current X-Play experience because you can't objectify me how you previously did to Morgan, or that I'm somehow less qualified.
Do you hear all the saliva in her mouth? This is a terrible... I should not have paused it there. But do you hear all the saliva in her mouth? She's just... You should not be doing voice work. You should be writing... I'm sure you could have a career in entertainment, but you should not be doing public speaking. Listen to just how she sounds.
Megan, Joe, Jake, Zipper, Gabby. It goes on and on and on. Former writers that are now on ATOS like Vanessa. When you're in our DMs or on those YouTube comments or in Twitch chat right now, those reactionary threads thinking that I'm somehow ruining your current X-Play experience because you can't objectify me how you previously did to Morgan, or that I'm somehow less qualified to speak on something, but you can't quite put your finger on why, even though I'm reading the exact same script as Adam, but you have no problem with he's part of it. You're letting your unconscious biases ruin my day, and you're gatekeeping the gaming space. So maybe for 2022, we be a bit nicer, a bit more self-reflective, and we enjoy the fact that people are working hard to make free content for you. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Peace.
Hey, I gotta back you up. I gotta back her up.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have just watched the death of the G4 network. It's over. It's over. It's over. That you just signed your death warrant. Because you're never going to live this down. That was embarrassing. That was ridiculous. And it makes everybody watching this channel now go, well, this isn't fun. I came here for fun. The airing of the gaming grievances. And I got a lecture about how hard your life is as a paid presenter who's getting paid to talk about video games, and some people were mean to you in a chat. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that people were mean to you in a chat. But frankly, I assume they're paying you an $80K salary, okay, to be a publicly facing host for this television network. Everybody is getting paid to play video games and hang out on a set. And you're going to give me 5 minutes telling me how hard your life is because the chat doesn't like the way you read scripts? I don't like the way you read scripts. I don't think you're good at what you do. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't think you're cut out for this. Now, and a lot of people are going to accuse me and everybody else who's criticizing this that we're sexist and we hate women. And again, I'm not asking for sympathy for me on that fucking count, okay? You guys are not here for me to have a shoulder to cry on. I just want to be real about the reality, is that it's not a sexist thing. I don't hate this woman for being a woman or dressing in an unconventional manner or not having huge boobs. I'm even willing to say, she's attractive. If I met her at a party and she decided she wanted to have a night with a fat Italian stallion, I think we could make something happen, okay? Again, the nose ring is a turnoff, but that's fine. And maybe she's got a little too much gum. But hey, we all have problems. I have problems of my own. She's got a lot of gum. She's got big old teeth. Anyway, I'm being mean. Why am I being mean? Point is, I just think you're insufferable. This was the wrong time for this. You're supposed to be worming your way into our heart. If the whole audience hates you, don't yell at the audience. Convince them otherwise. Keep working. Keep striving, and over time they go, you know what? At first I didn't like this lady. I was like, where's the hot chick? Where's the fun? Where's the sexy? And then I realized, you know what? She is down to earth, and she has what it takes. And over time, she has won my heart. But the idea that you're coming into this and you want the same respect as Adam Sessler, a guy who did it for 10 years and earned respect that way, you got to give it time. And you can't say, well, I'm reading the same script. It doesn't work that way. Frosk, I want to say I wish you the best of luck with G4, but I honestly believe this is the death of your channel. This is the death of it. Everybody is ripping on you. Every commentator on the internet is making fun of this. I don't know how you guys are going to live this down. But hey, why don't you let me know in the comments? Am I being too mean to this lady? Does she have the talent to take this network to the next level? Am I missing something about her incredible presenting style? Because honestly, I was cringing. I was suffering the whole time. Let me know in the comments, what do you think? And do you think that G4, is this a good idea marketing-wise, or is the network in trouble? Because I'm going to say, after watching this, I go, they got a year. They got a year left, then the money's gone. They're not going to have viewers. This is the worst kind of PR to go out and say, we're a fun gaming space. Here's a rant about sexism. Again, there's a time and a place for it, and we can have that conversation, but if that's your brand, I got enough stuff going on in my life that I don't need lectures about sexism. I'm going to go find YouTubers who make me feel like I want to have fun. I want to hear about video games. I don't want to hear about how everything's wrong and everyone's mean to women. There's a time and a place for it, and it is not here, and it is not a pity party for, again, a salaried presenter who is pulling in a paycheck and has to deal with trolls on a chat. I don't get it. I don't like it. Let me know what you think. And don't forget to subscribe. See you guys around. Stop calling me fat in the comments. It really hurts my feelings. I'm just kidding. I don't care.